Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to day 2. My name is Leonie. You might remember me. I was even wearing the same exact outfit last year. My team and I, we won Best Paper Award and Best Sustainability Tech Track last year. That was us. And today I was given the opportunity to talk about what happened since then. And exciting stuff happened, just as a spoiler. So for those of you who don't know me or our team, I'm a German. However, I'm living in the Gulf region in Dubai, and I work for Cloud&Heat Technologies. It's a German tech company, and we build super exciting stuff, namely very energy-efficient liquid-cooled data centers with the focus on security and sustainability, enabling the next wave of AI. So we developed a very disruptive concept, which we call energy to data, data to X, and X being heat, cooling, or water. So essentially, just very briefly, what we did roughly 11 years ago is that we said, okay, data centers emit tremendous amount of heat, so why not capture it and make it useful? So the first step was, okay, how to capture it. So we came up with this technology, a direct liquid cooling tech. Via the technology, we are able to capture up to 90% of this emitted heat. And then we were able to say, okay, let's just, for example, heat stuff, right? So we heated office buildings, residential areas, even greenhouses. So we entered this vertical of agri-tech. And then we said, what about the other 2/3 of the world where we don't have this massive heating demand, but nevertheless computational load? So we had a look at hot regions, namely the Gulf and Africa and so on, and also very dry regions. And there the main energy pains are, of course, cooling, like AC, and the second, freshwater production. So what we did there is essentially, again, we're using the direct liquid cooling technology, capturing the heat in the water, in deionized water, and that way we make it usable. We have an adsorption chiller attached to it, and that way we turn the heat into cooling. Similar to the heating process, we cool buildings, office spaces, residential areas, and even greenhouses, because where I'm from, we have to cool greenhouses 80% of the day. And then also freshwater production. So there are a lot of places, such as Dubai, where every drop of water is artificially produced, namely by desalination of seawater or by accessing groundwater. So what we're doing here, we're using the waste heat of the data center, and this process is coupled with the MED desalination plant, and that way the waste heat drives the whole desalination process, and we produce potable drinking water, carbon-free and almost cost-free. And I think that's objectively pretty cool what we did there. For those who are interested in reading up to that paper I was just mentioning, feel free to just scan the QR code. That's the Best Paper Award from last year. And also there will be an extra session regarding a sequel to the paper in roughly an hour, I think also in this location. So feel free to come there. So again, initially I was given the opportunity to talk about what happened since then. Of course, we were invited to very great opportunities to talk. So first of all, we were invited to the World Exhibition. It's a governmental thing where you pitch to governments your idea, and it was part of a initiative called Trailblazers of Tomorrow, where we talk within this Water Business Forum. And also we were part of the biggest sustainability initiatives in the Gulf region. As I said, we've done also a kind of a sequel to the paper where we talk about modular, ultra-high dense, direct liquid cooled sustainable data centers. And we explore in that paper which future-oriented computational tasks can be solved, such as HPC, AI, but also the emerging brain-like computing. And for today, I decided to use the time to talk about our most exciting projects. And you see me already smiling. That's because I'm truly passionate and truly excited about this project myself. And so what we're doing exactly is we're using the setup I was just explaining, so modular, ultra-high dense, direct liquid cooled, and sustainable for such one of those emerging techs, namely brain-like computing. So what we're doing is we are building a sustainable supercomputer for a client. And this client intends to build a city which moves from smart to cognitive. And we all know that running a cognitive city requires enormous amounts of real-time computing capabilities. And implementing such a real-time AI platform will be the key element for so-called autonomous everything, like autonomous flying, drones, autonomous driving, cars, autonomous working robots. So we as Cloud&Heat, we partnered with a very high-profile consortium, so there are many companies in it. And our approach is a real-time, low-latency, and energy-efficient and cognitive AI platform. And we are partnering with the masterminds, as I said, from the industry, but also from the Human Brain Project, which is a 40-year-plus old research project funded by the European Union. So, as I said, we are building this sustainable supercomputing, brain-inspired, and this computer will use asynchronous computing as opposed to conventional synchronous computing. So in the metaphor of a relay running, this means that faster circuits no longer have to wait for slower circuits. So they don't have to wait for them, and they can proceed on their own speed. So this means they're not slowed down to match the speed of the slowest units. And that is what we learned from the human brain. That's very energy efficient, and that's the best and the fastest way. So this approach is unprecedented, and its full scope of capabilities is at that point in time available nowhere else. And it will be the only real-time cloud powering instantaneous robotics, control, sensoring, predictions, insights, resulting in enabling the most energy efficient, capable robots and most effective cognitive city. It will be the engine for this city, and there will be also other pillars such as quantum computing and HPC. So ultimately, this will be a city turned to be the most advanced cognitive city. And this way, all real-world applications which were out of scope before are now thinkable, are now imaginable. So we can think about a smart city or a cognitive city run almost in real time. Yeah, and this is why Cloud&Heat Technologies can announce something very exciting. So we are creating a specific business unit for such sustainable supercomputing AI platforms, which will shape the future sustainably. And check our channels in the near future. There will be exciting news coming regarding that. Thank you for your time.
I will go with the first question. So Leonie, tell us, how did you spend 10,000?
That's a great question. So I would say mainly R&D, and it was just a drop on a hot stone. Mainly just to reach out and to make, I would say, these talks and these sessions possible. I was referring earlier, so trips to those events in order to get together with those high-profile consortiums to really work out on the next level of AI and then win ultimately this project. So it enabled us, first of all, to get more awareness, secondly, to reach the right consortia people, and thirdly, also to make the breakthrough in the client project.
Quick question. So you said you were doing asynchronous circuit?
Correct.
So where do you get the tools for that? Because I work in EDA and I haven't seen anybody build good tools for that yet.
Yeah, very good question. So we are working together with chip factories. I'm not really allowed to disclose who that is, but they are like quite limited ones. And they produce brain-like chips, and they enable those asynchronous computing capabilities. So as soon as there will be a press release, I'm happy to share with you. Maybe we can share some contacts and then.
Yeah, I'm on the session later for AI, hardware, software co-design. So see more about it there.
Definitely, great, thanks.